Good transition.
Niche website builders. I know. Had to tab away. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. So let's take a look at his here already. Got Daniel here and Tim. A few other
quiet
people.
today.
It is quiet. It's very quiet. Oh, it's picking up now. Maybe it's one of those YouTube took a while to get going type things.
It's a glaze.
Slowly. I've got nothing ready actually, thinking about it, but we'll sort that out in a bit. But yeah, how's things going with you?
Good. I've had a very relaxing morning. Me and my wife won a wellness and relaxation morning at our local spa. So we went there and they had smoothies which were far too healthy for me. One of them was like kiwi and cucumber smoothies, and I just had some water. And then they had the lady come in and do some meditation and some yoga, and then we had a facial, and then a light lunch, and then we came home. So my morning's been great. I feel very relaxed and calm. And
you're looking very radiant.
Look at my face. That's why my hair's a bit messy. There's still the oils in there. It's lovely.
You do look quite shiny, actually. Yeah.
How about you?
I'm all right. Yeah, feeling on top of the work at the moment. Oh, a little bit. A bit more than usual. So that's good. But yeah, everything else. Yeah, it's a short week for us this week, isn't it? In the UK. So
yes. For
the Queen. I don't know if there's it's a May Day. I don't know if they have. There's a May Day equivalent in the US, but
I'm not sure if there's US holidays this week. I don't think there is actually.
No, I don't think there is. But yeah, Thursday and Friday off, so it's a 4-day weekend, second of the year for us in the UK, which is good. Chris is on holiday and he's made it onto the stream, which is a pretty good effort. Chris is one of our employees. He's kind of turned up on the stream. That's how much he enjoys the stream. He's on holiday and he's joined the stream. So.
At least you believe it's him, though. When I was on holiday and joined the stream, you said, well, this could be Adam or it might not be because I wasn't logged in.
Well, you did it by Facebook. It's a random stranger or something, doesn't it, when it's Facebook?
Yeah.
You can see it's the real Chris.
Oh, Tim says US federal holiday was on Monday. So there was a holiday this week, but it was on Monday.
Yeah, I did have some US friends that said 3, or someone that said 3-day weekend this week, but I didn't know if that was just their holiday or. But yeah, okay, it was on the Monday, was it? There you go. Cool. All right. So today's show, we are talking. We're going to pick up on a case study, another age domain case study, where we spoke about a case study a few weeks back where we've did lots of redirecting of age domains in over kind of like a 6-month period, and went quite aggressive on content. Kind of doing a similar thing with this project, but it's kind of early days. So I guess the other ones we got to see the fruition of that, where we got to a couple of million sessions a month.
Yeah,
in
3 million
in just over a year. And this is kind of a few months in, right? I'll let you do that. But we're a few months into a similarly aggressive kind of project. So we thought we'd share with you what we've got so far, and then hopefully we can show you as things progress further down the road. So we've got that case study coming up, and then we've got a couple of age domains. One's called the Colorado School of Yoga, and one is called Taste of Thailand Food Tours. So there's a couple of age domains there that we'll kind of go through. These are kind of age domain teardowns. If you're new onto the channel, we'll go through like what we think we could do with some age domains, and these age domains are available on our website, nichewebsite.builders, to pick up as well, should any of them interest you. Should also mention Building Empires event next week. Now it's come around so quick since we started mentioning this. It seemed like a few months away, and now it's just come around really quick. So next week is the Building Empires event. Building.empires.live is the URL. Free to register. Got lots of great speakers over. It's like a 3-day online event. You can register for the event and watch that. So check it out at building.empires.live. As usual, if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like. More people will get on the stream each week, the better. We're up to 22 at the moment. So it has picked up finally. And then if we get enough likes by the end of the stream, 35 likes, then we will also do a giveaway for some merch. Website builders, t-shirts, hats, and mugs.
You've got the t-shirt and the mug. Where's your hat?
Well, that's right, mate. That's
Chuck
right.
it on.
No problem.
I need to find mine. Honestly, Jess has done something with my t-shirts, and I can't find a single t-shirt. I don't know where they've gone. She's like, I didn't move them, but I didn't move them, and she does the washing, so I don't know where they are.
She must really not like them. Awesome. Okay. So I think that's about it. So so should we kick off with the
my week this week to do the presentation? So
swapping.
Yeah, let's kick it off. I'm gonna make it big like that, Mark, and get rid of us because some of the pages when I looked through earlier, they're a bit small. So I hope that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So so we're going to go through a case study that Mark mentioned. I can't remember how many weeks ago we went through a different case study where we talked about a site that was very aggressive. I can't remember how much content we put on that site, but it was over a 12-month period. We redirected in at least 6 age domains, a ton of content, and within 12 months, the site was making $40,000 a month. I think it was getting around 3 million page views per month. And this client came to us back late last year and wanted to do something similar. Wanted to be just as aggressive, follow the same kind of strategy where we do mass amounts of content. We find and redirect in relevant age domains and try and replicate the same kind of results. And this is like, you saw one that was 12 months. This is what it looks like after kind of 5 months, basically 5 months of being live. So the site went live in kind of end of December. And we'll talk through the strategy and the results, and then a little bit about kind of other things we've done on top of this one, which, might prompt you to have a little think about what you can do with your own sites. So it's aptly named 5 months, 4 age domains, 620 posts, traffic boner, because it's a term I think people in the space use. We were unsure about whether we should call it that, but essentially the traffic has gone up really quick. Most websites within 5 months, they typically just come out of that sandbox period. This site has obviously come out of the sandbox period a long time, quite a lot sooner than that, and you can see traffic is aggressively building. So we'll go through that. So these are the current age domain stats. So it was a DR30 when we launched it in December, but it's currently a DR47, a UR39, trust flow 15, citation flow 41. There's 1,350 referring domains. It's 12 years old and has a domain authority of 46. So you can see basically here, we'll have a little look further on, but you can see here the impact that redirecting domains has had just on the DR level. We've gone from a DR30 to a DR47 in 5 or 6 months, essentially. And lots of people ask us this question, if I have a DR30 and I redirect a DR20, what will my new DR be? The answer is we don't know. And DR is just an indicator of kind of the backlink profile, the strength of the referring domains. Like it's a metric made up by Ahrefs. So we don't really look at DR as the be all and end all. It's nice to see it trending up, and we can see that we're doing a good job as it trends up and we redirect more domains in, but we shouldn't be aiming for, we launch with a DR30 and we want to be a DR50 within 3 months or anything like that. It's more a case of it just allows us to track where we are. But I thought I'd start the case study by just giving you an overview of what the domain strength looks like now, based on that it was a DR30 at launch. So start off by talking a little bit about the keyword research. The domain itself was a real business. It was based in a specific location. And we've talked a lot about this, about domains which are like real businesses based in like a location. What's a good one? What's a bad one? So, a bad example would be a bakery that's based in New York, and they only have a website that talks about opening hours and a menu page and a contact us page, and that's it. The website typically was just about the bakery itself as a business rather than baking. And a good one, like in this case, would be a bakery that had a blog section and talked about, what ingredients you need to make cakes and what ingredients you need to do baking, how you should do baking, different tips and tricks. So primarily it was about, a bakery as a business, but it also had a lot of this informational kind of content on there. And in this case, the website used to rank for best X in X location, but it also had a lot of this kind of informational blog content on there as well, which is why we picked the domain. And then the keyword research was broken down into two aspects. The first one is tomb raiding. And if you are new to the stream, we've got a whole episode on tomb raiding SEO where we go through like a live example, just go back on the stream and have a little look. And then the second type of keyword research that we did for this one was identifying listicle topics that can be expanded easily. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a couple of slides on what I mean by that, and also an important aspect you need to keep in mind when you are doing that. But in terms of the actual posts themselves, we only really had two types of format or two types of posts on the website: listicles and Q&A informational articles, essentially. So there was no best of guides. There's no best knives for small kitchens or whatever like type of best of commercial pieces of content. It's all informational, and 341 posts were listicles and 279 posts were the Q&A informational style, which were either made up from competitors when we tomb raided them and we could see that they have informational Q&A type of content, or we did a little bit of kind of FAQ dive in through the people also ask question box to pull together Q&A informational style pieces of content, topic ideas essentially. So the tomb raiding method, like I said, we've got a whole episode on it, but just to cover it off quickly here, we say it's our proprietary keyword research method. We didn't invent this, it's not new, it's just we've standardized and systemized the process. But essentially we look for websites that are in the same space. They must have a weaker domain than our client, and essentially they're doing a standout job of generating organic traffic. And once we've found and identified those competitors, we then go in and tomb raid their best pieces of content, because we know typically that for most websites, 20% of the content is driving 80% of the traffic. So if we find a competitor that's done a great job and a weaker domain, we can just look at what their 20% is, take that, recreate it on our website, and then cherry pick 20% from him and 20% from him and 20% from him. And we can make our plan based on the best 20% of all the weaker competitors that we can find. And in this case, this is what the competitor list looked like. So I've taken out all of the stronger competitors here and obviously hidden the URLs for obvious reasons, but essentially you can see here that we've got our total score was 135, and that's made up of UR and DR, DA and PA added together. And then we've got a ton of weaker competitors down below, everything down to a DR1 or DR3, 3, 5. So really, really weak competitors towards the bottom. And basically for our X amount, I can't remember how many posts came from the tomb raiding method, but from them, they came from these competitors. They came from the top 20% of these competitors, these weaker competitors. And then the listicle articles, this is probably like one of our favorite types of keyword research. It's identifying listicle topics that can be easily expanded. And what I mean by that is, for example, X in X location. So you think of, I don't know, pizza shops in X location, and then you keep pizza shops standard, and then you just swap out the location, and it can be expanded easy. So you can have best pizza shops in New York, best pizza shops in Michigan, best pizza shops in all the cities in the US, and you can really expand that list quite easily. And it's the same template, it's the same format, it's easy content to write, and it's a listicle. Or you can do X in X color, so you can have cats, gray cats or blue cats or pink cats or whatever. That's probably a bad example of pink cats, but you kind of get the idea where you basically got two variables, and you add like a static to the first, and then the second one becomes like a one which you can change up for a different location or a different color or however that looks, and it's really easy to expand. And I've got an example here where basically I put into Ahrefs birds in, and then here straight away came up things like white birds in Florida, birds in Mexico, black birds in Florida, birds in Kansas. This is very typical of like a listicle type keyword research that's easy to expand upon. But the only thing that you need to check here is always check the intent. So I took the first one, white birds in Florida, I put it into Google, and what you want to see is, does Google return listicle type articles? There's literally no point in you creating a listicle, piece of content if Google's not returning listicle content on page 1. And in this case, you can see the top results are 15 amazing white birds, 10 species of white birds in Florida, 11 white birds in Florida. So we know that Google is expecting a listicle piece. And if we create, for example, you've got 15, 10, 11, if we went and created one which is slightly better, which is maybe 20 amazing white birds found in Florida, if there are 20, and then we make ours a little bit better. Typically, these listicles don't have FAQs. They literally just the bird's name, image, and a little bit about the bird. But if we can add a little bit more, make ours a little bit better, then this type of content is awesome. It's very expandable, and you can keep going forever if you find the right kinds of topics. This is what the timeline looked like. So like I say, we launched in December, but the site really didn't go live until the end of December. And we launched the website with 132 pieces of content. So very aggressive in terms of the content. Like most websites don't launch with over 130 pieces of content, but like I say, the client wanted to be aggressive and was happy to go along with this strategy. So we launched with 132 pieces of content. In January, we added another 103, and then we ramped that up for February to another 232. In March, we added another 121, and then in April, we've added another 32. And we've got about another 500 pieces planned out, and we're just hopefully going to start working on that in the next month or so. So by the end of the year, this website should have over 1,000 pieces of content live and on there, and hopefully in the same kind of content velocity as this for the next 6 months, which is going to be awesome. The other thing that you can see here is that we've already redirected in 4 age domains. So in February, 2 months after we launched, we redirected in a DR28, and then in March, a DR23, and in April, a DR40. And then this month we did a DR13, and we've got another 2 planned for June and July. So we've already acquired the domains. We've already got the plan set up on how we're going to do that and where they're going to redirect to on the site. And then we don't have any more after that for now. So essentially it'll be content, power up the website with redirect, and then more content, and then see where we sit then at the end of 12 months. And this is just kind of the graph of Ahrefs. You can see the number of referring domains. So like I said, the first one came in, first one we did here was in February, and you can kind of see January, February, like a little spike up here in February. And then we did more and more pretty much every month since. And you can see those big jumps up in referring domains are basically when Ahrefs picks up that another domain has been redirected, and all of those referring domains are now pointing to this. And you can see that there. This is also the reason why we've gone from being a DR30 to a DR46 in a couple of months. Someone's asked on here, would you guys be kind enough to share some insights on how you handle the redirect domains hosting wise? Do you host them and redirect them, or do you just basic through and redirect them? This is the strategy that we use. And again, we've got another full episode on how we do this, but essentially we don't just redirect them to the homepage like that. We would never do that. It looks unnatural. Like typically no business would acquire another business and then just redirect everything to the homepage. Typically what they do is they make an acquisition page, and we do the same. So our acquisition page consists of an introductory paragraph talking about how our main website has acquired the domain of the redirect website. And then we talk a little bit about another paragraph about what our website does to introduce the readers of the old domain to our website. And then underneath that, then we have an article, and the article length can be anything from 1,000 to 3,000-4,000 words, depending on how long it needs to be, that internally links through to all of our top pieces of content that we want to power up essentially. Or if we're making a new category, then it'll internally link through to all those new pieces of content that sit within that category. And then with 301 redirect the domain directly to that acquisition page. And in terms of how we do it technically, we set up a new WordPress hosting, a new website. We point the domain, the 301 redirect domain, to that hosting. So it's a blank WordPress install, and then we use the redirection plugin then to do the 301 redirect to that acquisition page. We do that for 2 reasons. One, it gives us flexibility over if we have individual pages that we'd like to redirect to as well. So if the domain that we're redirecting in has some individual pages that we want to recreate on the new domain, we can do that easily within the plugin. And also, these are client sites, so we want to make it easy for them to handle once we've handed it over to them. And it's easy. You can see this within a plugin. Like, you can see the redirect, you can see how many times they've been hit, etc. It's not so easy for a client who maybe doesn't have technical skills to go in and update the htaccess file, for example, or something like that. So it's all done at WordPress level and using a plugin. Yes, so we do allow indexing of the skyscraper piece of content. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. It's a helpful piece of content. Typically, it's a very in-depth piece of content. Just because it has tons of internal linking through to our posts, it doesn't mean that it's not a garbage piece. We still ideally, would want Google to see that. Although I will stress that it's not there to rank and drive traffic predominantly. So we don't do keyword research for it or anything like that. The main purpose is to pass the power of the redirected domain throughout the website. But if it ranks and if Google likes it, then that's an added bonus, essentially. And just a little bit about site structure. I know we've talked about this many times on streams in the past. And I'll keep talking about it because I think it's really important. The structure of our websites when we build them is quite specific in that on the homepage, they look quite basic, our websites, because they don't need to be fancy. But the homepage typically will have links through to our individual category pages, and then like a blog roll, or if there's multiple categories, there'll be a selection of posts from each category in there. And then when you go to the category pages, we don't use the standard WordPress category pages because they have pagination on them. So if we fill out a category with 100 posts, typically WordPress will only show, if we use like Astra will only show 10 posts before you have to click next page. And then you scroll to the bottom, you click next page again. And what that does is it makes the site depth really large, the click depth, really large. And basically, to get to one of those first pieces of content that you post, you might have to go from the home page, click on the category page, and then click like 9 times before you're able to get to that page. And that just makes it hard for Google, I think, harder for Google in terms of crawling and indexing. Whereas if we make our custom category page and we don't put pagination on them, all of the posts sit on that one page, everything then is really only 1 or 2 clicks away from the home page. And that's good in terms of SEO signals. Google say you should have your most important pages closest to the homepage. Well, what if everything was close to the homepage? And also it's good for indexing because everything is literally, like I say, just a couple of clicks away from the homepage. And then in terms of the menu structure, we keep it very simple. We keep it very flat. We don't do lots of categories, subcategories. We try and pick quite broad, overarching categories where we can have just a couple of them at the top. And again, it's for the same reason, because we don't want the menu to go click the menu, submenu, and then click through to a category page, because it just increases the click depth. So if you're going to do, like, if you're thinking about this for your own websites, just try and think of how can I make this as simple as possible, so I have as few options as possible in the menu, but it still makes sense. And also, how can I make sure that everything is only a couple of clicks away from the homepage if possible? And these are the results. So, like I say, it was launched end of December. You can kind of see that we started to get a little bit of traffic in December, which is good, but I think that's because we launched with 130 pieces of content. And then it's grown month on month. We saw a nice big bump from March to April, and this was taken yesterday. So it's probably going to reach 20,000 users in May. But in terms of page views, it's 23,600 page views in May. So typically for most sites that are coming out of the sandbox now, the fact that we're getting over 20,000 page views, I think, is testament to the fact that there's a lot of effort and a lot of work going in behind the scenes to make this site. And I'm super excited to see what it's going to be in the next 6 months with the other domains and the new content and just rate of growth. It's awesome. And this is what it looks like in Search Console. And we can see that we've got some really rapid growth going on now in terms of impressions, and typically clicks follow impressions. And the other interesting thing, I know there's a Google update going on right now. Everyone's stressing about, has my site been hit or not? this site clearly it's not been affected. If anything, I can see that jump up. I think that was yesterday, so that would have been the day before. So Google clearly likes this. It's not having any trouble with the current Google update going on as well. And then a couple more slides left. This one is interesting. So this is the same time frame in Search Console as the screenshot above, but obviously, can you spot where we started adding schema to the website? Clearly around here. And I mean, we don't add schema to every website. Sorry, Mark.
I'll say we can't see your cursor, so we're
oh, right. So I think it was whenever the impressions and clicks started going up, basically.
Just from 20th of March time frame, yeah.
Slightly before, you can see like the line slightly before it. Kind of that we added it before, and then it kind of didn't really do anything for like a couple of weeks, and then it started taking off then.
Cool.
And like I said, we don't add schema to every website. In this case, it's in a niche where you have to have specific types of schema in order to compete. I don't know if that's a hint to some people on what this niche is, but without a specific type of schema on this website, like you wouldn't be able to compete with some of the SERP features and some of the competitors. But this also gives you an idea that you should do some research around different types of schema, because if we hadn't added this schema, like we wouldn't have been able to activate. Oh, in fact, this is the different one. I can tell you what this one is. This is video schema. So you can see at the top here, search appearances videos. So this is where we started adding video schema here. And video schema is, you don't have to add it, I don't think, to activate this. We added it due to adding other schema. Video is just part of the other schema, but if there is actual video schema you can add to a website if you wanted to mark up the videos, and they don't have to be your own videos either. You can embed a YouTube video and still embed that and still mark that up with schema. But if you're not adding YouTube embeds to your posts, typically we add them at the end, you're missing out on all this traffic. Like this is 3,500 clicks to the website that come from someone else's videos, just from videos that have been embedded on the website. So if you have a website and you don't have videos, I would 100% recommend going back through your posts, finding a relevant YouTube video. Typically, the best and easiest way to do this is to take the title or the keyword for the article, Google it, hit the video tab, and find the first YouTube video that's relevant in that place in the results, and then embed that typically at the bottom of your post. And what you can start doing then is either ranking when there's a video snippet in the actual main search results, or you can start ranking in that video tab in the video search tab. And if your page, what we found is if your page is optimized correctly and you take a YouTube video out of that search tab, for the video search tab, more often than not, you can outrank YouTube for the same video, and it's embedded on your page. And when someone searches, does a search and clicks on the video tab, and they click on your video, they're not instantly taken to the video. They're taken to your post, and they have to scroll down, typically past your adverts, which is why we put them on the bottom before they find the video. So it's a great way of bringing visitors to the site that you would never get anyway. And then there's other schema here. So we've got, this is just the typical what you see in Search Console, but in Search Console, you can break down where the traffic's coming from in search appearance. And this is the video results, because I've just shown that, 3,500 clicks. We've got some other types of schema on here. So we've got another one which brought in another 1,300, another 1,000, another 20 clicks. And I can't tell you what they are because they would give this space away, but essentially, don't sleep on schema. You might be missing out on certain segments of search traffic if you're not doing this kind of thing for specific niches. And then there's more growth to come massively. So May versus April in Ahrefs, there've been 19,000 new or improved keywords. And if we just have a look at some of these, I mean, this one's gone up 4 positions to number 1, 3,500 searches, up 6 positions to position number 1, 7,500 searches, like massive movements up here into some of the top positions. We've got a new keyword here dropping in at position 8, 1,700 searches, and more dropping up into the top 10 here. So I've got no doubt that this site is just going to keep growing and exploding over the next couple of months, especially with us adding more domains and potentially more content. And this is what the organic keywords graphs in Ahrefs look like. So these are the keywords in the position 11 to 100. And then these are positions 4 to 10. So we've got almost 2,000 keywords now in positions 4 to 10. And then we've got over about 450 in positions 1 to 3, and you can see that they're all on very nice upward trends. So as more and more drop down from position 11 and 100 into the top 10, and then from the top 10 into the top 3, we should see traffic just starting to explode even more. And that's it. That is my presentation on our latest case study. And like Mark said, we'll come back in a couple of months, maybe in another 6 months, and update you on where this is. But all signs show that we should be in an amazing position in another 6 months as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Good work. Thanks for that. Cool. Yeah, so as a reminder, we always forget, like, feel free to ask questions throughout. We've taken a few during the presentation, but if you've got more as we go, feel free to ask, and we'll pick them up as we go generally. And any we miss, we'll grab them at the end. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions. We're at 29 likes, so we're only 6 likes away from the merch giveaway. So if you haven't already liked the channel, we've got 35 people watching, so we're pretty much there. So yeah, if you haven't already liked the channel, liked this video, give it a like, and we'll do the merch giveaway at the end of the show. So on to the 2 domains that we are going to look at today. So the first one is the Colorado School of Yoga. 61 referring domains, DR21, 6 years old. Yeah, take you through kind of some of the things here, but yeah, we've got a kind of competitor here. You'll see we'll go through this. I've got a few different sites to kind of share with you for some sort of thoughts and some ideas around the kind of content we create. This one is particularly interesting because of what their business is. So they've got 84. The rapidly, the graph's gone up left to right. Pretty good in recent months. So 84K. It's a DR41 called the Yoga Nomads, but we'll come to that in a sec about what it is exactly that they do. So I'll share my screen for that one. Here we go.
Oh, we still got the there we go.
Awesome. So this is a yoga school, or was a yoga school in Colorado. This is Wayback Machine, if you're not familiar with it. So Wayback Machine lets you check out what the website used to look like in the past before the domain expired. So we want to check that it has a clean history and was used for proper purposes. This site pretty much remained the same. It had a quick change of logo and then flipped back for some reason during that period of time. So obviously decided they didn't like the logo after a while, and they've also then after a certain period of time, the domain starts redirecting to this site here. This site is a lady called Ginny Caputo, and she is the founder of the Colorado School of Yoga, and she has her own site, which is a bunch of yoga stuff. So this kind of starts to give you some ideas about kind of the ways that you can kind of start to monetize this. She's gone a whole different way. She's got like healthy eating stuff. She's got merchandise here. She's got single videos that you can go ahead and rent or buy. So you rent it for $2.99, you buy it for a little bit more. But she also has like this coaching as well that she does, health coaching. So she's got a number of different kind of monetization schemes there. Anyway, so yeah, so this is one of the example sites here. Have I actually brought up? Now I'm wondering whether I've actually got. Sorry. Okay, we'll just do it live. I think I've missed off checking a look at the referring domains and everything. I thought I'd done that, but maybe not. So yeah, so this is just we'll just go through the example for sites first. So this is a site called Yoga with Juliana. She has her own site. She's kind of got her own YouTube channel and blog. The thing I thought that was worth kind of noting here is with this blog and this lady, she's hitting around 15,000 sessions a month. So not massive, but we know that's 2 or 3 times lower than probably what it is in reality. So she's probably up 30, 40, 50,000 somewhere. But she's doing all that with just 30 posts, which is pretty good. I mean, one of them is clearly dominating here. So that's doing 11,000 of those, 70%. So we've got 80 yoga poses for beginners to intermediate and advanced. But if you take a look, she's getting some traffic from some other ones here. How to use yoga blocks, yoga class printables, 11 ways to use a strap yoga belt. Now they're all getting kind of decent amounts of traffic, and she's ranking pretty well for those, considering she's DR19. So yeah, not bad for like 30 pages. We also have this one, which is Yoga Rove. So they've gone down like the I don't know what we'd call these. These are like actually says it on there somewhere, but like printables and resources and things like that you can kind of print out. So they've gone down that route somewhat, but of course they still have a blog. But they also what they're ultimately selling is a course. So they've got the complete beginner yoga program course, but they kind of have all of these additional guides and blog posts and everything to kind of drive people to the site in the first place. So this one again, it's pretty low. It's only at 18,000 DR34. But I just thought, these are kind of some pretty standard kind of posts that you would kind of look to kind of replicate here. So yoga poses for 2 people, yoga symbols, how to do the sun salutation for beginners, etc., etc. But you can see they've got kind of nice kind of spread of traffic here as well. So this is the Yoga Nomads, the one that I mentioned at the start on the screenshot. So the funny thing about these guys is that they're actually, if you go to courses, you think it's going to be another yoga course. Well, actually, what they're doing is they've got a marketing course. They've got yoga websites, how to build a yoga website, the website and marketing course bundle, and how to, that's a free video there, but looks it. So they're selling these courses for yoga studios and yoga masters. I probably got that name wrong, but so that through content marketing, they're actually driving a lot of traffic to the site over time. So we're up to almost 100,000 now. Sort of bounced a bit higher and then came back down again, but it's up at around 100,000. We take a look at what they're doing. It's got 2 people yoga poses, how to prevent camel toe, 3-person yoga, 4-person best yoga brands. So you can see that these are all huge. They're a higher authority site. This one, DR41. So definitely not unreachable. I mean that you can get that reasonably. You can get to DR41 reasonably easy, and they're already ranking. They're ranking for all of these. See the kind of traffic levels that kind of each of these kind of are getting for each of these. So there's lots and lots of scope, I guess, for content, even when it comes down to like the what it is you wear and the different kind of poses that you can do. I just want to have a look as well in kind of Ahrefs at some of the, just set this setting here to like at least the keyword difficulty of 1, so you don't get all of the nonsense in there, and a minimum volume of 100. There's a whole bunch more under that. But you can see kind of these low volume keywords is how to deflate your yoga ball, what is a yoga sculpt, how to hang a yoga trapeze, what to wear to hot yoga. So these are there's lots and lots of kind of opportunities for kind of question. These are all kind of question based content.
Those keyword difficulties are really low as well, aren't they?
Yeah, super low.
Yeah,
super low for for the volume. Yeah. There's plenty of opportunity there. This one, everyday yoga, is just I'm just showing this really briefly, but again, it's just kind of another way they've kind of monetized it. So they have yoga classes that stream from anywhere. So if you wanted to kind of start streaming, if you're into yoga and want to start streaming your yoga, that's something else that you can kind of do as well. But also these guys have an affiliate program somewhere. I thought I saw it. There it is. So they have an affiliate program too. So yeah, become an everyday yoga affiliate partner, 8 to 10% on all sales, which is pretty good. But there's a whole bunch of other ones as well here. So our friends at Authority Hacker, have also created a yoga affiliate program sort of guide, I guess. So they've gone out and found a whole bunch of like really good like affiliate programs. So what's this one? Trying to see a percentage. There you go. So this one's 15% with a 30-day cookie. This one's up to 15, but the base rate is 6 with 30-day cookie. So you get the idea. Another 15%, 120-day cookie. So plenty of affiliate programs out there that you can kind of use, and affiliate programs for courses as well as for products as well. Again, there's just another site that's got 11 programs. Probably some of them overlap with the Authority Hacker Guys ones, but there's a whole bunch more kind of there. I will quickly put together quickly jump in and
these are like your transitions, Mark.
Yeah. Right. So if I go to like anchors, he says machine's going slow. Referring domains and oops. Best by links. So yeah, if we take a look at the, I'm sure that was not the same before. Let me try without the slash. Have I even looked at this at all? Yeah, I guess that is the anchors. Yeah, so Colorado _ yoga. This is kind of what we'd expect. There's not many anchor texts here, but the ones that we do have are branded anchor text, which is fine, and the rest are like nothing too offensive either. Wondering if Ahrefs is playing up, because I'm sure I've looked at this and there's definitely more than 11 referring domains, and I'm pretty sure there was more than a handful of anchors as well.
It's been really slow lately, so I don't know if that's.
I don't know. There was definitely more. I mean, clearly.
Yeah, there's definitely more.
Let's see if this is working properly. So, yeah, so this is like the referring domains. We wouldn't bother recreating any pages here because there's nothing worth recreating. Only the ones that have any referring domains are all to the homepage.
Is it because you got the slash on the end?
No, I just deleted the slash on the other ones. It didn't make any difference. So I deleted it there. So I don't know why that was working fine. Of course, because I'm doing that. That's just weird. Did it work for you?
I'm gonna have a look now.
All right, you have a look. Maybe we can share your screen if it is working on yours. We'll close off that anyway, because that's pretty much the yoga domain. So I mean, there's loads of different angles that you can take it. You can even take it a lot. You see a lot of sites are also taking it into kind of well-being angles as well. With yoga being kind of that, with that kind of focus, you see kind of people going to well-being and then food and things like that as well. So kind of lots of options in the yoga space. Any luck? Shall I move on to the next one?
Yeah, have a little look. I'm still putting it up a sec.
All right. Cool. I'm shutting down that browser, so I've got a bit more. There you go. Sorry, I'm waiting for my computer to catch up now. Shouldn't have done that. Shut down. Everything's frozen for me. Okay, I think I'm back.
You are back.
So the next domain that we are looking at is Taste of Thailand Taste of Thailand food tours. The referring domain is 223. It's a DR20. That's too small for me to be able to see. Yes, we have Yeah, so we've got an example domain here, which has got 273,000. Yeah,
you were you're looking at the .com. It's actually the .org that we have.
Ah,
For some reason I don't know why that's in there as the .com, but it's the .org that we have.
oh, I don't know how I ended up with the .com. Yeah, .org. That'd be why. Then.
It's .com on our website. I just checked in our actual inventory, and it's .org. So that's how. I don't know why that's on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's strange.
But
I was looking
it was really strange because in the card that you pulled up, this card, the DR's right and the referring domains are right and stuff, but just it's .com, not .org.
That's strange. Yeah, because I mean, I know it was .org, but I thought I got it from the website. So it's strange that it's ended up. That it's ended up that way. I don't know. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know. Somehow I picked up the right domain, but
yeah.
Okay, so Taste of Thailand food tours. So yes, there's a good example there. We'll kind of come to that. AsiaHighlights.com. It's got a bit of a spiky history. I found a lot of the Thailand domains did, especially over the COVID times. It's kind of up and down all over the place. But yeah, but in general, it's pretty flat along that line of around 250 if you remove the spikes. So DR47, so a bit higher, some work to do to kind of get up to that, but kind of it's one of the competitors. And again, I'll show you a few different ones. So if I share my screen again. That one. Try again. I don't think that worked. Not been much luck today. There you go. That's better. Okay, so history of this one. It's basically travel and food related to Thailand. So if you take a look kind of through history, it's kind of pretty much the same. It changes the design here, but basically it's all talking about Bangkok's taste adventures. So it's all about travel and food and Thai food essentially. So I've got a few of the same things going on there. Cool. So if we take a look at the pages by incoming links, there's actually a fair few we might want to end up recreating here. So we can see we've got most of the links going to the homepage, which is generally what we would expect to see. But then we've got a few here. It's like best places to celebrate Songkran in Bangkok. I probably didn't pronounce that right. Thailand National Children's Day. It's got a nice picture there, that one. It's got a few others. Bites and sights in the village of Love. Mango sticky rice. So there's obviously like recipes on here previously. Mother's Day in Thailand. The history of Thai food. These have only got 3, but these are like nice relevant blogs. I think we'd probably end up like looking to recreate and then mapping one-to-one the old URL with the new URL just to get all of that, all those links and that link juice flowing to similar blogs. So if we take a look at the anchor text, again, mostly branded anchors, which is what we'd hope to see. We've got some of this kind of nonsense in here, but this is kind of your standard scraper blogspot style scraper stuff. If you check it out, if I drilled into that earlier just to check, that's nothing to worry about because Google's seen that a million times now and kind of knows and just generally kind of ignores it. So we don't worry about the scraper anchors too much. But if we ignore the scraper anchors, we can see it's all kind of nice relevant anchors in there as well. In terms of the referring domains, it's got a really nice mix of like authority domains and then like really niche relevant domains as well. So you can see we've got the Huffington Post even up here, DR88, Spruce Eats an 86, and Olive Magazine and Hostel Bookers. If we keep going down, we can kind of see Under 30s Experience, Go Backpacking, Mad Monkey Hostels, Man About World, With Husband in Tow, The Wandering Trader. So and it's got all about cuisines. So actually, when you take a look at the backlink profile, it's definitely more tipped towards travel than food, but there are a bunch of kind of food ones in there as well. So I took a look in SEMrush just to get an idea of what SEMrush thinks taking a look at the backlink profile, what SEMrush thinks this site is about based on its backlinks. It's actually kind of categorizing the backlinks, and most of them come under travel agencies, tourist destinations. So this is great. Like if we want to, all of our backlinks basically are travel related. So if we want to create travel related content, that's going to be a perfect match for what we want to do. So to give like a few example sites here, we've got this one's called, I think is it Thaiest? I don't really know what that means, but Thaiest.
I'm the worst person to ask. I can mispronounce my own names, though I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Thaiest.
Thai East, maybe?
Thaiest.
Oh, no, maybe not.
No idea. But yeah, anyway, looking at this one, this is kind of following on from the travel stuff, I guess. So this is doing, according to Ahrefs, 43,000 in organic traffic. Again, we know that's probably 2 or 3 times too low, so it's probably doing hell of a lot more than that. And if we go to look at the pages that are ranking, they've got Thailand pass registration. I guess that might be passport registration. Phuket Sandbox Thailand without quarantine. I'm not sure exactly. I hadn't drilled into those, but then it's got about hotels. List of alternative state quarantine hotels, dishes you must try, certificate of entry, Thailand. So it's got a whole bunch of very, very much like travel kind of related links. A lot of their best articles are to do with like travel based bits and pieces. So doing pretty well for like a DR43. I have no idea how to pronounce this, so I'm not even going to try. But it's a guide.
I know how to say this. The Koh Samui Guide. I know how to say this one. I've been there years ago with my dad.
It's literally as it sounds. Then the Koh Samui.
Koh Samui, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Koh Samui Guide. So that's a really nice looking site. This one actually. So like this again is around 50,000, but it's only a DR33. So again, like very achievable. The DR there. Again, it's probably 75, 100, maybe more thousand in real life. So we take a look at what they're ranking for. They've actually got a really high one as well. So 68% comes from our first trip to Koh Samui. But then you can check out some of the other ones here which are still getting nice traffic for them. So growing dragon fruit, Thai beer 101, the monitor lizards, best Thai books, where to stay, elephants in Thailand. So there's a whole bunch of other articles that they're ranking kind of really well for. But this is kind of a mixture really. So some travel related and then some kind of more food kind of related stuff here. Got Thai recipes, videos, how-to tutorials. So this is a hot Thai kitchen. So this one is very much food based. I thought I'd kind of share, not so much the travel based, but this one it's high DR, so they definitely take a lot more work to get there. But as you can see, it's currently running at about 229,000, so it's probably closer to 500,000 a month, I would imagine. So traffic here, they haven't got like one big one really. They've got this one which is at 16%, which is green curry. But then we've got 5-minute pad Thai. But this is all, as I say, they're quite high authority, but they're ranking for lots and lots of kind of Thai dishes here, which is infinite. But they are high authority, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a high authority to start ranking for some of these Thai food recipes as well. So this one's called Tasty Thais. It's a DR27, so like way more achievable. This one's hitting around 30,000 a month. So again, probably 60, 70, 80,000 in reality. And if we take a look at there, they've got like a butterfly PT, homemade wired rice noodles. So like probably making lemongrass tea. So just probably slightly more longer tail kind of recipes, but still they get a decent amount of traffic.
Just to let you know as well, in the food space is definitely a space to look out for schema. 100%. You've got recipe card schema and all kinds of different schema. If you're going to go into the food space, you can look at.
For sure, yeah, for sure. That's essential really in the food space.
And if you are going into the food space, maybe chat to us, because we've got a interesting way you can use schema that's thinking outside the box a little bit as well. If you're thinking about going into that space.
That's true, yeah. Won't give away any more. So asiahighlights.com. So this is the one that I had on the competitor site example. So again, as I say, it's been pretty spiky kind of over time, but generally, if you take away those spikes, it's pretty consistent over time. So it's about 274K. Again, that's probably approaching like half.
It'd be interesting to see. I wonder if those spikes coincide to when COVID restrictions, because I imagine there's massive. This is like a travel in Asia kind of thing, right? So massive pent up demand for holidays, and then peaked off when restrictions were put back in place, maybe, and then picked back up again.
Yeah, when I was doing my research, I definitely found a lot of Thai travel sites that had some crazy peaks at different times. They all look slightly different though, but yeah, definitely. And then if I take a look at the stuff that they're ranking for, this is kind of interesting. So they've got top dishes. So for Thailand, so this one's, what I should say is that this one is covering like all of Asia. So it's got all the different kind of destinations. I've just filtered this down to just the Thai content with Thailand in the URL. So it's still got 612 pages here that they're ranking with. So we've got top dishes, and then talking about some festivals, best time to visit, traditional dress, street food, another festival one. Why is Thailand so popular? Thailand in June, Thailand in July. I didn't really notice that the first time around. Be interesting to see what they look like. Thai massage versus Swedish massage, tuk-tuks, rainy season. Just, it's just lots and lots of different types of content. So this one, I imagine, is pretty. Okay, no, I was expecting this to be like really thin content, but actually it's not too bad. So they're just talking about Thailand in June, giving an overview of the rainfall and the temperatures. Then also talking about what it's like in different places as well. So the best places to visit in Thailand in June. They kind of done a listicle there of all the different places as well. What to wear? Okay, so that's another angle that you could kind of take. You can almost do every month of the year for that. I think that just about covers it.
Awesome. Loads of sites to look at there.
There's loads. Yeah, that was quite easy to find some for that one in particular. So yeah, there's not a scope of competitors to kind of go and look at how they're doing and the stuff that they're doing. So yeah, that is the two domains. I've already forgotten what they're called, but those are the two domains. They were Taste of Thailand, Food Tours, and Colorado School of Yoga. So if you're interested, .org. So if you're interested in those, you can head over to our website, nichewebsite.builders, where we've got them for sale in our H domain inventory. Okay. Any questions? Well, what I'll say actually before we get on to any other questions or anything that are coming up is that I think we've probably got enough. I'm hoping we've got enough. 37 likes. So we've made enough likes to do the merch draw. So if you're interested in the merch draw, just type something into the chat now. That's just the way it works with YouTube. If you don't type something in the chat in the next 2 minutes, then you won't be in the draw. So type something into the chat, whether it's hello, goodbye, whatever, into the chat, and then we'll make sure you enter the draw in a couple of minutes' time.
I'll get the music going ready, is it?
For sure.
Can get a bit of
Sue loves a bit of pad thai.
When I went to Thailand, and it's hard to believe, Mark, but I was even more of a fussier eater back then than I am now. And
I can't imagine how you survived.
I like pad thai now. Like I love pad thai, just chicken pad thai. But that's about it. I've eaten from a Thai restaurant. But even back then, I wouldn't even have that. So I was there for 2 weeks. For the whole 2 weeks, I had chicken, egg fried rice every day. I lost so much weight. I came back in great shape because we walked around loads, really active all day, and I just ate chicken and rice for the whole 2 weeks.
So yeah, Adam always goes on holiday, and then he always comes back lighter than when he went, which is like the opposite to everyone else in the world. It's just so fascinating. Hilarious. Sort of gone. You don't sort of get. You get a beach bod for when you come back, right? You don't get it for when you go. You just get it.
I know. Towards the end of the holiday, I'm looking great. I'm like, this is awesome. Can I have another week?
Awesome. Do I have everything I need set up? I think I do. Oh, so what I'll mention, I guess what I'll mention whilst we're just waiting for the last few entries to come in is that next week there are no live streams because it's Building Empires and we're doing live streams throughout the day, throughout the whole days on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So none of the standard live streams, but we have an abundance of like 6 a day or something instead to keep you satisfied. So yeah, if you haven't signed up already, no live streams next week, so sign up to building.empires.live. That's the URL to sign up to the event. Right, let's grab these people out. Merch hunters.
So you said you used to be super fussy. How did you stop being fussy? I feel like if you hit adulthood being fussy, then that's it. You start being fussy for the rest of your life. That's the way I feel at the moment.
Okay. Boom. Okay. Get rid of niche website builders as always. We don't want them to win. Ah, Jasper's here. Hi, Jasper. Jasper was also at the affiliate gathering. It was good to catch up there. Right, here we go. Merch time.
Come on, I'll turn the music up a little bit. Get the atmosphere going, pumping.
I wish we could put our own music in there.
Yeah. It would just be Kanye though. So.
El Couch again almost, but not this time.
Roberto.
Congratulations, Roberto. Head over to nichewebsite.builders. Send us a message in the chat or through the contact form on the website, and we'll get the merch sent over to you. So congratulations.
Yeah, boy. You
get to choose. Hang on, Roberto's new. I don't think I've seen Roberto on the stream before. At least if he was, he's always been very quiet. So this is what you can get, Roberto. We've got caps, we've got t-shirts, and we've got mugs. So you've got all sorts of different colors. So we can send this out to you so that you can kind of take your pick on like the design. We've got full logo, we've got partial logo, and cups and caps. So that's what you've won. One of those things. So yeah, let us know what you're
Mark's
interested
Mall
in.
in the mall. You've got the t-shirt, the mug, and the hat. So
yeah. Oh, and that. There you go.
You look like a bad boy with a hat on, Mark. You wear it all the time.
I am a bad boy.
Shut up. You're the farthest thing from a bad boy ever.
What if I wear it like that?
That just makes it even worse.
Okay, just try the
Stop.
Awesome. All right, thanks everyone for joining. We'll catch you tomorrow for the Niche Lifestyle Show that's over on Alex's channel, Alex Cooper, the WP Eagle channel. It's his channel's in the description, so feel free to sign up. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about I don't know.
We're talking about how to start your online business with $100.
We are. That is it. Yeah, how to start an online business with $100. So that's tomorrow's live stream. Other than that, just sign up for building.empires.live. Get there, and we'll see you next week for that. Otherwise, we'll see you on Alex's channel tomorrow for the Niche Lifestyle Show. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.